possible with the continued support of the Game Revenue Affiliate Program. Hello friends, good to be back after a week away. Truth be known, I could have used 2 weeks away, but hey, baby's gotta eat, right? And even though I skipped a show, the news seems somewhat familiar, so we begin, as we have done many times before, in the United Kingdom, where the ongoing battle between the Gambling Commission and some members of Parliament has all the charm and entertainment value of 2 dogs screwing in the road. The All Party Parliamentary Group for Gambling-Related Harm is a collection of 50 MPs who, as the name would suggest, set out to find harm related to gambling, which of course they did, because if they did not find harm related to gambling, then of course the group would be useless. And since they are governmental employees and it's a governmental group, we can't have that. These are the same people who said that the Gambling Commission was, quote, not fit for purpose, to which the Gambling Commission responded, untrue, which I guess is the British and somewhat less emphatic way of saying, I know you are, but what am I? Now the parliamentary group has wasted taxpayer money for a year and concluded that all online gambling in the UK should be reduced to a £2 max stake across the board. And that all online gambling adverts in the UK be banned. Maybe that would work out well for webmasters. I don't know. I'm sure there's some little loophole they'll get you on. Plus, the group suggested another 28 or so recommendations, all made under the pretense of preventing gambling-related harm. Of course, it didn't help that the Gambling Commission released the results of their investigation into Playtech just about a month ago. You may remember that we covered that tragic, horrible story on this program where a 25-year-old man committed suicide after he was allowed to play beyond his means despite several red flags on his account. And when I say allowed, he wasn't just allowed, he was encouraged with VIP perks, eventually accumulating nearly 120,000 pounds of debt. This god-awful story had to draw the attention of the MPs, but I do wonder if they focus more on the tragedy itself or the fact that the safety precautions and those red flags put in place did work. The operator just chose to ignore them, which in my opinion should be criminal, especially in this case. But I wonder if the MPs did notice a similar story of a 20-year-old U.S. man who also tragically, unbelievably took his own life after he lost $730,000, or so he thought, but not on a gambling site, no, on the Robinhood stock trading app. And since this happened in America, and since it was stocks and not casinos, my guess is this won't even make it on the radar of the British MPs looking to protect people from harm. And the saddest part, that negative $730,000 was just a temporary balance. Yeah, the young man was trading options, and those options hadn't settled. It was not his real balance. Dear God. Welcome back. Webmasters who are looking for something special to promote on their websites need not look any further than APCW members, Intertops, who are offering a promotion to help roll out the Wild Hog Luau slot. Now, through July 31st, players can enjoy a 200% bonus and free spins. So, if you want to get this offer on your site or join the program, just visit affiliate.intertops.eu. Also, as we head down the home stretch of this program, a story from the What the Hell Were You Thinking file, as the British Advertising Standards Authority has banned adverts for the MakeLifeIncome.com website. Mr. Paul Coleman owns the site and promised visitors a no work, no hassle, no risk method to make 50 to 100 pounds per day at online casinos. What a dumbass. He also claimed his system was guaranteed to pay, generating up to 60 pounds in the player's first hour. And as I'm sure all of the affiliates and gaming executives out there watching know, making a living in this industry takes almost no effort at all. And all while players are just winning hand over fist all the time. Yeah. Finally, this week, I wanted to mention that those proposed Swedish deposit limits we had been discussing over the past couple of weeks, yeah, well, they were approved, but only for online gambling games. And those deposit limits will run from July 2nd through the end of the year. Plus, the Netherlands now says their regulated internet gambling industry may be delayed due to coronavirus. Or maybe they're just rethinking their decision to regulate after watching all the bullshit and wondering if it's even worth attempting. I know sometimes I have that same thought. And yet, here I am. And I will be back again next week, God willing. Seems like he's always willing. Because if they did not find harm related to gambling, well, hell, I almost got through it. Here I am filming in a public park, and wouldn't you just know it, some jackass decides to drive right through the shot I set up on a public street. The nerve. The absolute nerve. Doesn't anyone out here have jobs? It's a Thursday. A Thursday. And even though I skipped a show, the news seems somewhat familiar. I picked the wrong location.